Hello, good morning, guys. Um, we're gonna make a video for someone who has contacted me on Facebook, I think it was. They basically sent me a file, which is this file. I haven't done this, I haven't edited this file, I've just opened it, okay. I haven't been given many instructions. I assume they want to manufacture this. So let's start by checking this. What I would do first of all is to measure this, because I have the feeling it's a bit thin, but it's quite okay. 0.7. The whole thing is 62 millimeters. It's alright. Okay, so let's make this possible. Right, we have a surface here and a surface here that, if they are okay, we should be able to join. Yep. Okay. And these ones, the surface has to be trimmed. So what we can probably do is split this surface with this, and if we've done it correctly, we should be able to remove these parts. Okay. Technically we could do it one by one. So I'm gonna split all the letters. Okay. And now, because it hasn't failed, I could do this, and I would select all of them. I need to get rid of all of them. Anyway, let's do it manually, because I want to keep the ones in the middle. Okay. Basically, I'm getting rid of the things that we want to keep. If I was about to do this, I would probably change the shape slightly, because I think that the letters, they taper too much. That's because of the way it has been done. I have the feeling that this has been done with a flow along curve or flow along surface, which basically flows a text into an existing curve or an existing surface. It kind of works, but I think the M, for example, tapers too much. The S is kind of weird. It's alright, but it could be improved slightly. But it would work anyway. Okay, so I'm just getting rid of this. Forgot this, so I'm gonna split. Didn't work here. That is probably because it's floating in the air a little bit. How can we fix that? We could just move it down a little bit in. Even if it goes a bit in, it's fine. So now it should work. We split this with this. And now you have to split the red surface with the blue, because it will create a tiny surface here. Okay. So now it's flush, this with this. And this was a bit in as well, all of this. Okay, we need to repair that. Okay. So we get all the red ones. We select the red ones, enter, and we split with this. It could also be a visualization issue, because I can see that in some cases it failed. So it could be that you see it as wrong, but it's technically okay. Also, Rhino has a bit of tolerance, so basically means that it allows you to, it will fix it for you a little bit. Also, if your computer is not very powerful, don't do this all at once, because you could crash it. Okay, have to be careful with that. Should be almost there. Okay. So now what I would like to do is to make a selection from left to right. So I get rid of, you see 21 polysurfaces. Although you can only see little lines, in some cases you will have polysurfaces. Just to make sure you get rid of all the things that you don't want basically. So you can select and join. And now if everything turns the same color, that's a good thing. Oh, hang on. I did something that I shouldn't have done here. I did the split, but I want to turn this into red. All these little areas inside the letters. Okay, so this I'm going to go to properties and I'll put it on the red layer. Okay. So now if I join it and everything turns red, it's a good sign. Here there is something that we should check. Now of course we have to split this with this. Yeah. And this surface with this. So we get rid of this. We just join it. Okay. Now you see that it looks already better. Okay. I cannot join it still. It's not letting me join this with this. Okay. Let's join it one by one. This is join. This is join. All this is joined. This is joined. All this is joined. If you select everything and join, if there is one of those that is not really working, it might not join everything. It happens sometimes. Okay. Now we joined. A little tip when joining, if you're not sure, a lot of people have this problem when they start, that they don't know whether if it joined or not. A good way to find out, it's very easy, you just have to move and drag. So for example, now you see that these things, they haven't joined here. So we have this and this, you see, the A inside and the O. Because it's not joining, could be that there's a problem with this geometry. So I'm just going to get rid of it and I'm going to close this individually. You could use this tool here. Okay, and here we could use sweep to rail, which is this one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now if I join it, it should be joined. Yeah. Okay, so now if I move it, it joined. Okay, then I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't want it anymore. And let's fix this. Right, again, I would probably change the geometry a little bit, but it's not my model, so I'm not gonna do it. Right, what to change here? Right, I'm gonna put this in another layer. So I'm gonna go to properties, I'm gonna put it in red. And now I'm going to draw, let's create another layer. Let's make it yellow. So now basically what I want to do is to hide the red layer and duplicate the edges of this thing here. Before I do that, you see this doesn't join with that. It's not a clean join. It has to be a clean join. So I'm going to duplicate this, 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 and this. Okay. And this, and I'm going to remove I'm going to explode it, and I will delete these two. Right. You can see that these curves, they are not exactly on the surface. They have to be on the surface. So I can pull them, delete input yes, into this surface. This surface which has a little problem here on the top. But anyway. Okay. So you can see this surface should join in one, and it's not doing it. So we need to repair that. I can put a point. I'm gonna split this curve with this point. And now I basically want to create a line on the surface that goes up to that point, up to something like here. How can I trace a curve on the surface? Right, there is a command. It's called extend curve on surface. Okay, select curve to extend, this one, enter surface, this one. Kind of works. Okay, so now if I get these two lines, I can go to wireframe, so I will see through, and I can trim like that. Okay, this is what I want. Curve that it's projected exactly on the surface. Okay. Then this line, it should match that point over there, and it's not doing it. So I can edit that line. To edit that line, I would use rebuild first, and I would probably make it 6 control points. Okay. Basically, because then I can get edit points. Go to wireframe. You can select this last control point, sorry, edit point, not control point. Go to an endpoint and move it from here to there. Okay, right. Before I do the sweep, I want you to understand why do I do this. I can now split this surface with these lines. Oh, it's not working. Let's explode it. Let's check why it's not working. Okay. Let's try again. Split this surface. Now it worked, okay? That was because it was all joined in one. I had all these joined in 6 surfaces. So then I can use sweep to rail. Interesting. 1, 2. Now I'm selecting 2 curves here. I need to explode it and select only one side. Okay, so join it, and now sweep to rail. One rail, another rail, like that. If you want it smoother, you can check refit, but don't really worry about that. Okay, then the next one, 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay, this is how it should be. Okay, you don't want this like the other one. You need to do it like this. It will make your life easier, much easier. Okay, here. Same thing, but I don't want to reveal the whole thing. I just want to reveal the end of this. So what you could do is extract isocurve and make a curve that sits exactly on the surface, but not this way, not horizontal. You want it vertical. So you need to go to direction and press V. Okay, and you need to explode this. And now here we could do extract isocurve again. Remember, I right click on the command line, you do extract isocurve, so you can extract an isocurve that goes that way, and then you split what it is. Okay, it's here. I also recommend to draw the lines in another layer, not like what I did. Anyway, split this with this, but before you delete it, you need to duplicate this edge on top, and another edge here. We have a line here, another isochord that we extracted. So we're gonna make a split, and we split this. To do it right, you should split. Forgot to mention this. Sorry, extract isochord. Just make sure you extract at the same point, so you can split one and then split the other one. Okay. Well, here I should have duplicate that edge. Now if I extend this line, normal extend, not extend on surface. Actually, I should have again duplicated the edge, and I forgot. Okay. Oh, sorry, forgot something. I should have, and I forgot. Forget a lot of things today. Do this like the other one. Okay, because I need this curve on the surface. So duplicate this, duplicate that, and now I extract the isochord by typing extract isochord from here. So now I can split the surface with this line like that. Okay, right. These curves, they are not touching the surface now. I really want them to touch the surface. So what can I do? I could join them first, then pull, delete input yes to make your life easier, to avoid having 20 lines here. This surface is wrong. It should be done again, but I'm not gonna do that. Delete input yes. So now I have this thing here, which we need to fix. There is a tool that I use in Matrix and I cannot find now in Rhino anymore, which is called sketch polyline on surface or something like that. Nope. We can try to use this. What's that? Anyway, we'll find another way to do it. Anyway, basically, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna put a point here, and I'm gonna split these two lines with this. So I have this. I have an open curve. Open curve, open curve. If I now extend curve on surface, whoa, it's curves to extend this one, surface this one. Okay, now curves to extend this one, surface this one. Okay, so now if I go to wireframe, you should be able to cut this. Don't worry about this little thing. Okay, so now I have what I wanted, which is this. Okay, I could join and I could split this surface with this surface with this. Okay, this bye bye, and now this little curve, actually I'm gonna join these little things and I'm gonna split it to here, because I want to rebuild this line. Instead of going there, I want it to go there. So I can rebuild that curve. 6 control points sounds good. I'm gonna go to edit points, not control points, edit points. Okay, so if I select this point, I'll be able to move it from an endpoint to here. Okay, then what next? Sweep to rail. Okay, before I do that, I don't want to make the mistake I did before. This curve, it's one single curve. I want to explode that. So I have one curve here, which is one open curve here, which is this one, and then here 1 and 2. So I join it. Now I have 1. Right. So now I can do sweep to rail one rail, another rail, cross-section curve, and cross-section curve. Ta-da! Do not need to put refit. It's not gonna make a massive difference here anyway. So again, sweep to rail. Whoa. Huh? Yep, forgot to join here. You can join all the way through the line, doesn't matter. What is gonna stop the sweep to rail, it's the cross-section curve. So if you do now sweep to rail, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, that looks better. So you look from the bottom. Oh shit, this is something to do with me pressing F6, basically because I'm used to using matrix, and matrix has a command that you have to press F6 quite often, and I think that you remove it by pressing F8. So yeah, sorry, what I was saying, refit will make your surface look a bit nicer, but it might not allow you to join everything. So now I'm gonna duplicate all this, all the outline of this pattern. I'm pressing Shift on the keyboard to make sure that everything is selected. Right, okay. And I join. Okay, make sure here it says one closed curve. If you don't have one closed curve, you've done it wrong. If you've done it wrong, it means that you need to join everything in one curve. You might have one little thing open, depends how you do it, okay? And then we extrude it. Sorry. We extrude it by pressing this one, not this one. Solid no, both sides no, just down any distance. And now if we show our layer, actually don't show it yet, because before that I'm going to join this in one. So this is one single object. Now you can show the layer. Okay, so now I'm going to split this with this. Okay, so okay, I splitted this, the inside, the red part. Okay, so now if I just move this for a second, this is what I split. Okay, I split the red one, and now I want to split the blue one with the red one. Okay, so I did this to make sure that it sits flush with this. So now if I join it, it all should turn the same color. Okay, that looks a bit better. Then something like this you cannot 3D print it. Why? Because it has no thickness. It has it's like a shell. Okay, you need certain thickness here. What can you do? You can duplicate the outside, join it, and the same way we did it, we extrude it with solid no. We extrude it down at least 2 millimeters maybe, so -2, and then we just join it. Okay, and then this, to cap it, we press cap, and now this is a solid that you can manufacture. Okay, that will be it. Let me know if you have any questions. I will add a link to the online course. And yeah, thank you for watching the video.